Welcome to the Chronically Healthy Life Show. When you hear the word chronically, do you automatically associate it with chronic disease? We all do. It's been programmed right into us. But what if we flip that whole idea on its head? Let's discover how we can create chronic health in our bodies, our minds, our finances, our relationships, and of course, in our lives. Let's jump right on in. I'm Andy, and joining me in everything is my life partner, Minna.
So you know how last week we talked about setting goals for the
Mm,
upcoming year, right?
yes.
Because you know what, Turkey is coming very soon, so you don't want to have to think about your goals, at the end of the year. So now is the right time to think about New Year's goals. But we want to talk about manifesting this
Yes.
time, right?
Hmm. And I think it's sort of important because manifesting and goals sort of go together. So you want to be manifesting correctly because you're going to get what you're thinking about.
Well, I guess the thing is a lot of people don't realize they have already manifested what they wanted.
Yes,
They just don't realize that this is what they wanted.
exactly. So it's sort of funny, like, for instance, when I'm working with clients and they're complaining about their health or their current condition, and I say, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're there because that's what you actually wanted without maybe knowing about it.
Yeah, and a lot of times is they don't realize that they wanted to be sick, and
Hmm.
it sounds bad because they actually do want it to be sick. It
Exactly.
is weird.
Well, like I said, manifesting, your brain doesn't hear the not, right? You don't want to be, I don't want to be sick. All you hear is sick. You're going to be sick.
Yeah, and there's a difference between your wishes
Hmm.
and your what you're manifesting, right? Because when you're manifesting, you don't just think about it, you actually have to do something about it, right? You
Hmm.
have to take some action against it.
That's
Uh,
true. That's true.
which actually reminds me, remember a long time ago, there's a movie by Jim Carrey
Yes.
where he played God, the Bruce
Bruce
Almighty,
Almighty. Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So he played God,
Yes.
and he's answering all these prayers. So people have been wishing, God, please let me win the lottery, right? And he granted all of them. So now everybody won the lottery, but they all got like $10.
Exactly, because they got divided out, right?
So be aware of what you asking for.
Hmm.
Winning a lottery may not be the best idea because it's not something that you can act upon other than buying a lottery ticket, and it's not something that you can take actionable steps towards a goal. It's not really a goal, I guess.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Well, another big one, what are your thoughts on this? Is like being thankful for everything that happens around you, not specifically to you or for you, but around you.
I think it's important that you be thankful for everything that happens to you. Actually,
Hmm.
because when you're manifesting it, whether you're aware of it or not,
Hmm.
you're asking for it. So be thankful for what you get, what you have now, and the universe would be nicer to you because you're thankful to them.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, another big one is beware of the negative people around you. And that reminds me, like a good saying back by Jim Rohn, right? Like the five people you hang around with is what you're going to become. Well, you want to make sure those five people are negative people or people that's going to drain and pull you down.
Yeah, I mean, if you hang around people that are really negative, they want negative things, and if you're around them, so do you.
Exactly, exactly.
And of course, when you're manifesting, don't be too desperate, right? If you say, "Man, I'm down to my last dollar. I need to manifest $10 tomorrow," that might actually not happen. It doesn't really happen that fast. It's not on the schedule.
That's true. And another really good one, and I don't remember where I saw this. This is like a little cartoon comic I saw. It says like, you know, don't stop manifesting because it might be right in front of you and you just didn't see it. And there's these two people. They're using a pickaxe picking towards a diamond mine, and like the guy on top is about to break through, and the guy on bottom is walking around, turning around because he's, well, I already dug this long hole, but yet I still haven't seen anything, right? So just because it's not happening right away, it's going to happen. You just have to keep at it.
Yeah, I guess one of the things is you do have to keep your door open so that your opportunity can come and you can see it. right? A lot of times, even though there are opportunities all around us, you don't see it, you don't take advantage of it, and then 10 years later, you sort of regret it because you didn't take advantage of it.
And manifesting, it comes into the laws of attraction, right?
Yeah, you can't talk about manifesting without talking about law of attraction. So when I look it up, law of attraction is one of 12 laws of the universe. Did not know that at all.
Wow, okay.
And there are actually 7 laws of attraction.
Wow, and manifestation is one of them.
Is number 1.
Number 1.
See, there you go. And of course, there's the law of magnetism, like we attract what you attract.
Okay.
And the law of unwavering desire, like I guess it's like it is this sort of good to have this, right? And it's not really happy. I guess it's not really eager to have it. So your desire is not that strong. It's the universe is not going to listen to.
There's a bunch of other laws too. What is the law of delicate balance?
I don't know either. I know I wrote that one down and you can look it up, but it's a little too much for me. But the law of attraction, it actually came from a Chinese philosopher, Lao Tzu. So what he said was, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words because they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. And watch your habits because they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny.
Wow. I thought it all came from Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Well, the Think and Grow Rich is actually a good example, right? I know it's, the book is called Think and Grow Rich, but he doesn't just think about it, right? Napoleon Hill, he actually go and talk to all these people and get all the wisdom from all these people that he looks up to, and that's how he grew himself. So, that's an example of taking actionable steps toward your goal.
Exactly. And that's really part of our show here. We always have these amazing guests, amazing coaches that can guide you in, all aspects of, chronically healthy life, into longevity, into independence, into your family, into environment. And all of these people can help you think and grow rich, think and get healthier, think and have a happier marriage. There are so many ways that these coaches can help you. But like you said, sometimes it's not just about wishing for it to happen. You need to take action towards what you actually want to happen.
Yeah. So when you're setting your goal for the new year, when you set it, right, you don't just set it and think about it. Think about what steps you can take towards it. And really, you don't actually have to wait until New Year to start on it.
Exactly. And if anything, it's probably, the early bird gets the worm. The earlier you start, the better you are, because now you're ahead of everyone else.
So, don't just think about it. Take some action steps.
Exactly. We'll be right back after a few breaks. And we're going to have Linda coming back and sharing some tips on creativity and manifestation.
Yay.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHKCU, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being. With the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that can support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
Welcome to Chronically Healthy Life. In our biohacking segment this week, I'm going to show you how to make something that I used to love as a kid. Now, when I grew up, I used to love cream soda. It's just one of the best soda in the world that I used to love. I drink it all the time when I go to restaurants. Now, cream soda, as like any other soda, you know it's bad for you because it has fast sugar, it has coloring, it has preservatives. All sorts are bad for you. But it's actually very easy to make at home. What you need is a little bit of fruit, sugar, and I use monk fruit sugar, as we've been talking about all the time. Monk fruit sugar is zero glycemic, much better for you. Ice and sparkling water. We've been using SodaStream for a long time. If you don't have SodaStream, you can always use any kind of carbonated water. And a little bit of vanilla and some lemon, and that's all you need. So let's start with the syrup. I have here 1 cup of frozen strawberries. We buy a lot of organic strawberries when they are in season, which means they're cheaper, and we just freeze them. So I just thaw a little bit of them and I cut them into slices. So that's what they are. I have half a cup of monk fruit sugar. And I have about 1 cup of hot water, just so that the sugar is going to melt. So first of all, you want to melt the sugar. It shouldn't take long at all. Okay, and then you want to put in the strawberries, or you can use any other fruit that you want, mangoes, blueberries, whatever you want, and a pinch of vanilla extract, and just a little bit of lemon juice. And you want to let it sit for a couple hours just so that the strawberry flavor goes into the syrup. So let it sit for a couple hours and we'll come back and show you the rest of it. Okay, so the syrup's been sitting for a couple hours. I actually want to mush the strawberries a little bit more. Or you can blend it, your choice. And really, that's all it takes. So grab your cup, put in let's just go 4 tablespoons of the syrup. And I'm going to put in some ice. And carbonated water. And to top it all off, put some organic heavy cream and put it on top. And that's all it needs for a delicious, actually healthy strawberry cream soda. So this is my recipe for the week, and I'll see you again next week.
Hi, I'm Dr. Linda Marsanico. I'm a spiritual coach and an energy worker. I see my clients in my downtown Manhattan office as well as on secure video. I'll work with you in a number of ways. We'll look at your thoughts and habitual behavioral responses. If you don't like these, I'll help you change them. We'll look at the roots of these behaviors to understand the influence while remaining grounded in the present. I'll help you to build a meditation and mantra practice to keep you in the flow of positive energy. And I will work with you to let go of what doesn't serve you. I offer Reiki and other energy modalities to relax and calm you. We believe that focusing on positive thoughts and feelings leads to positive behavior change. We'll brainstorm and collaborate to organically find strategies to shift you, to move you toward a conscious, updated design. I look forward to hearing from you on lindamarsanico.com.
Hello, and welcome back to the Chronically Healthy Life Show. We are so delighted to welcome back Dr. Linda Marsanico today. She is a psychologist, spiritual coach, author, and blogger, and has a unique style based upon her years of experience as a licensed psychologist. She enjoys a co-creative and collaborative way of working with clients to find their strengths and resources. The intention is to heal while reaching for spiritual insights and creating a conscious, updated design. Welcome back, Linda. So happy you're here.
I'm so happy as well, Chris. I enjoy collaborating with you and Andy and Minna. It's a delight.
Well, thank you.
Oh, and tonight I'm going to be talking about creativity and spirituality.
Yes, I can't even tell you how thrilled I was to hear about that topic. It's just like, wow, I want to hear about this. So let's jump right in.
Okay.
And start with, I guess, like, what are some ways we can enhance? Because creativity and spirituality, I think, kind of go together.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm looking at ways that they coincide and they intersect. So I want to define creativity as being open to novel ideas with a fluid mind. And then I look at spirituality. And when we're spiritual, we recognize that we're more than the physical body. We look toward a higher power. Although some people look to nature and art, but we're multidimensional. And I've been interested in spirituality and creativity for some time. And I remember when I was in my living room in Brooklyn, sitting on a wood floor, reading a yoga book that my sister had gotten me. And I closed my eyes and I could see in my inner eye the galaxies and universe. It was an amazing moment. And I knew from that moment that I was one with universe was one with me, that we were all connected, and that everybody's part of everybody else. And it's striking. Now, my interest in creativity and spirituality goes back to at least 2016, when I wrote a blog about awakening creativity. And in the blog, I'm bringing in spirituality all the time, because when I want to be creative, I meditate first.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. I love meditation. When I'm writing, I do the same thing. I take a walk, like have a walking meditation.
Those are very powerful. Thich Nhat Hanh, I believe, introduced the idea of the walking meditation, to focus, to have your feet on the ground. And if you're in a rural area and it's warm enough, you take your shoes off and you let the energy come up through the earth, through your body and up to the sky. It's absolutely wonderful. And even, I mean, my creative moments are in the morning. But if I'm having a busy day and I want to reset, I can meditate for about 10, 15 minutes and then become creative again. So it's a wonderful asset. So I'm going to read from this. It says it all in a concise way.
Okay.
Meditation is a tool for creativity, said one of my very talented clients. I tweet often that successful people meditate. And I now want to add that creative people utilize this amazing Eastern practice. Another successful client told me that a 10-minute meditation is better than a power nap. These are inspiring statements. What is it about meditation that is so helpful, relaxing, and expansive to the creative process? Meditation gets you through the chatter of the ego mind. You know, the babble, the round and round chatter that can go on and on during the day. When you first practice this skill, you acquire the ability to relax. The next goal is to get you past your thinking mind into the space of bliss and experience. Here, you get to explore the possibilities that linger in and around you. The crown chakra at the top of the head is a direct link in your communication with Source. Yet anything that is not love clogs the connection like a superhighway narrowing down to a one-lane road. In spirituality, there is love. Anything else is fear. Yes, fear stands in the way of communication with the other realm. Some years ago, Stevie Wonder was asked how he wrote his songs. God gives them to me, he responded. How can you open up this connection? The most effective way I know is to face your fears, acknowledge the fear, and take action to work through the issues which hold you back. Meet the fear head on by taking steps to slay the monster. For example, if you are afraid of public speaking, consider joining Toastmasters. Develop love and compassion for yourself. Develop a meditation or mindfulness practice daily for 2 to 3 minutes to start. Spend time in nature. Gazing at flowers, birds, and squirrels is inspiring. Surround yourself with creative people. Does anyone remember the late 80s show, 30-something, where Michael and Elliot worked in an office equipped with toys? They threw a basketball to one another and developed ideas as they played in this creative environment. Celebrate the young, whimsical child within. Get to know and communicate with your genius. Use your imagination and fantasy to create ideas and then goals. Be open to spontaneity. Develop life-work balance so that you have a flow in your regimen. Physically exercise several times each week. I have found joy in accessing my creativity. Just as a writer writes every day, remember to tune into your inner self often. As in any practice, it takes time and patience to see results. And it's so rewarding.
Wow. Is that from something you wrote? Is that from your book?
Yes, it's a blog post from August 29, 2016, and it's on my website.
Oh, wow.
And I realized that I had been thinking about the intersection of creativity and spirituality for some time.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to talk about creativity and spirituality a bit more. I didn't know if you had any questions. I don't want to keep talking.
Well, I just, what really struck me about that was I work with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and if this is how they're raised, imagine how amazing their lives are going to be when they become adults, because they're not going to, the fear thing is a big deal. And that just, you teaching them how to deal with it from the beginning instead of instilling more fear in them. So
Yes.
I love that. I just, because it's fear. Fear makes everything seem like it's big and looming when it's really not.
Truly, that's so true. And also, a lot of schools are teaching meditation practices. They're teaching
Yes.
the kids to meditate.
Yes, and mindfulness practices. Yes, definitely. So so now here we are, and it doesn't matter whether you are intentionally trying to do something creative, like write a book or paint a painting or something like that. Just generally, more creative can be anything. Creative can be in the kitchen. It can be in the house. It could be with your hair. It could be, creative can be any, just in your general attitude. And so finding that stillness. Let's talk about that, because I think we all know that when we first start out, that the brain starts to rev up.
Yes.
And so how can we work through that and get to that stillness so that we can get the most benefits from the meditation?
Some people think of the creative process as go, go, go. I'm creating, I'm up all night, I'm painting, I'm writing, and then I crash. I'm not talking about that. The Hungarian psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi wrote a book called Flow. And he defined flow as a state of consciousness where the person is totally immersed in the activity, in a zone. Nothing else matters. And I think that that's very similar to stillness and spirituality. If I'm so focused, I wonder what I'm accessing as I'm in such a zone. Now, stillness, how do we become still? First, we need an intention to be still. We need to be meditating to be still. Also, we need to develop compassion. Now, we have interactions that we have every day. We meet people, and sometimes we have reactions to those interactions.
Yes.
And instead of blaming the other person, we have an opportunity to ask ourselves, what does this say about me? And what can I learn? And in this grist for the mill of growth is taking us on a journey within, where the core of love exists, where creator exists. It is said that creator is in every electron of our body. So we're intimately, I believe that to be true. We're intimately, creator is there with us. Now, for stillness, I have to work at stillness, and I'm working at compassion. I think it's a lifelong goal to become still, because so much has to be done to let go of what doesn't serve us, to let go of conflicts, because we let go of the distractions that clog up the crown chakra, the superhighway going into a one-lane road.
Right. That's great. I'm seeing like one of those pileups on the freeway over, going in your connection on the top of your head, blocking the connection. Yeah.
And there was a time when I ran in Prospect Park. I live right near Prospect Park in Brooklyn. And I would have my headphones on. And one day, telepathically, I heard, leave the device at home. Mm-hmm. And I did. And I could then smell the fragrance, see the people, take things in and be more present instead of bebopping around. Mm-hmm. So now that's an avenue of stillness for me. So with compassion brings us to a place that quantum physics describes as 0 point. And 0 point, in the space of 0 point, creation occurs. And it looks still and quiet to the onlooker, but creation energy is happening and in movement. at 0 point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a life journey, really, to come to that place. Now, Greg Braden talks about compassion, 0 point, where we move to the upper limits of our DNA. And I can only imagine what those gifts could be. You know how it's said we use 10% of our brain?
Mm-hmm.
If we're using 10% of our DNA, there are wonderful gifts awaiting. But there's a lot of work to do. So I am introducing the notion, I'm bringing together the notion of creativity, stillness, and creativity percolating. And I want to read a quote from Anne Mortifee from a book called In Love with the Mystery. Our life in this world is a wheel that is forever revolving. Nothing in creation is static. Yet at the center of this activity, in the hub of all that is, lies silence. Silence, the still vast eternal void, is filled with unmanifest creative potential. That's very powerful.
Yes, it is powerful. That right there, that thought is something that would be a great thought. That's the kind of thing that's gonna, as you contemplate, it's gonna sink in deeper and deeper and give you those ahas and connections and shift you as you contemplate and go deep with it.
I think it's an awesome quote.
It is an awesome quote. Yeah. You know, I want to go back to compassion a little because I think sometimes, a lot of people think, oh, I have to have compassion, and we think it's for everyone else. But we forget we have to have compassion for ourselves, because I don't think anyone beats us up more than, unless you're a total narcissist, which, we know there are many in the planet, but if you're not, chances are you're not, then you need to stop beating yourself up for the mistakes you made and understand that they're a gift, to perceive the gift in them and see how they moved you forward. And if you're not moving forward, then why are you holding yourself in a space of beating yourself up over a mistake?
Self-love, self-compassion are essential. I do believe it is a spiritual truth that we must love ourselves first. We must have compassion for ourselves first. And there's that old saying that if you're on a plane with your child and air pressure gets lost or lowers, you have to put your mask on first.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're not going to be any help.
Right.
If I give out what I can't, what I don't have, I get depleted and I could get sick.
And many, 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 many people are in that state, feeling so depleted and so exhausted and just like, where's the help? Why don't I get any help? And that's so how do you think meditation and stillness and creativity can help us move through that exhaustion and into a better space?
There's another ingredient called assertion. And I remember telling someone that compassion and assertion go together very well, and she couldn't believe it. The idea that people are compassionate is that they're going to just be doing anything anyone asks them to do, and that's not true. If I'm going to love myself, I need to know myself, I need to know what I need, and I need to develop assertion. And assertion, as I define it, is getting my needs met while respecting the rights of others. Now, I may ask for something, I may not get it. However, having stated it is very powerful. I'm true to myself. I've announced myself to the world. I want to be known. And there are times that if I can't get it from someone else, I'll give it to myself. So, for example, if I want to go out to dinner and no one is there to go out with me, I can go out myself. Now, there's also work with the inner child. I, as the adult, as the mother or the father of the child within can dialogue through writing, through dreaming. And I work with my clients this way to understand what is needed and then go out to give them what they need to restart happy development. So the development of compassion is a complex endeavor, and I see it as a lifelong journey.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts with the intention to grow, the intention to be on the path, an attitude of responsibility, not blaming others, meditating, wanting to heal the inner child, assertion. I have many tips in my book, 12 of them, which I felt were helpful to narrow the message. For someone to say, well, these 12 steps can really be helpful. So it's complex, but it's a wonderful journey. Because self-love is, love is an awesome vibration. It's quite a lovely, and I don't know whether I told you the story. I'm talking about love because love and compassion to me are soul sisters. So if I talk about compassion, I'm talking about love. I was living in a condo and the people upstairs got pregnant and they put their carriage right in front of my door. So I opened my door, 3 feet ahead is the carriage. And I asked them, could you please move the carriage to this vestibule, move it up these couple of steps? They refused. We were in conflict for months. The energy in the building was terrible. And so I think an angel whispered in my ear. And I started to say, I am a bodhisattva, which means I'm a person on the path of enlightenment. I am a bodhisattva. I am a bodhisattva. When I came in from work and saw the carriage, I am a bodhisattva, again and again and again. And they moved the carriage.
Yeah. I've had things like that shift too. We're just like, I didn't do anything. I just shifted my energy a little bit.
Well, it's very powerful. A shift in you will cause a shift in our energy.
Absolutely.
Live with
the ripple.
Yes, it's a ripple effect.
Yep. I love that. So are you working on a workshop to awaken creativity?
Yes, I have done it and it's been well received.
Do you have some things you could share with our audience that
I would like to very much. How much time do we have?
We have about 9 more minutes.
Okay. All right. So to start, I would suggest meditating for a few minutes. So close your. I'm going to go through it slowly so that if anybody's writing it down or if they see the recording, they could take it down with some ease. And so then people would close their eyes and visualize a beautiful door that you can design in any way. Colors, you could put designs on it. And you would stay with that design for a few minutes, visualizing your favorite colors and exactly how you want that door to look. And it would probably be 5 minutes or longer for that. And then you would open the door, go through the door, and create a scene, a happy place, a beach, a park, a color, something where you feel safe. And you would visualize that scene for a few minutes, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes longer if you'd like. And then you would draw with your chosen color a stick figure, an image, an animal, whatever you would like to draw, a scene that is inspired by your feelings in your happy place. And the feelings are important. And you would draw and stay with that 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. You're being very creative now, but also using your imagination which blends into the spiritual, I would suspect. So then in the next activity, you would describe the scene you created. What feelings are evoked? What do you feel in the scene? And you would spend a few minutes doing that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes if you have the time. Then you would bring the feelings of that experience to a different time, place, or context. And stay with that for a number of minutes. Consider at this present moment, what would you do if you knew you would not fail? And contemplate that for as long as you need to. And this could be in your career or your personal life. What would you do if you knew you would not fail? You spend a few minutes. You may want to spend a number of minutes there. And then the next step would be, what small steps might you take to move you in the direction of that direction? And set one goal. And that would take some time as well. And after that, you would write down your ideas, your feelings, and your reactions. It's always a very important aspect of any creative endeavor to record your ideas, feelings, and reactions, and spend some time doing that. And you can come back to the present moment, realizing that in the workshop you would have 45 minutes to do this. It would be 45 minutes at least, so that you would have time to expand into your imagination, into your past, present, your future.
That's a really, really powerful. I love decorating the door right at the beginning before you even, just like prep. And I've always loved that. And I tend to forget it in my daily life. Like, what would you do if you knew you wouldn't fail? And because, all of us have failed at things we've tried. We've all failed. It just happens. When I was a teacher, I would tell the kids, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you stretched yourself and you learn, there's really no failure. The only failure is if you don't learn something and you just keep spinning your wheels.
Yes.
So I love that. It's like breathe into it and allow yourself to expand.
Yes.
And you don't have to sit in where you are, especially if you're unhappy.
The idea is to move out of it. And we have the ability to do that. Of course, when we do it, we enter a place that's unknown. And we need to fill that place. So that's where meditation and journaling helps so much. Yes.
You can sort of explore the unknown in a very safe, like if you're sitting in your recliner and you're doing this and you're journaling, and you can explore it in your imagination first. And that's a really safe way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge is to not naysay yourself when you get done meditating. Oh, because that could never happen, because you immediately block.
That's where spiritual friends are very helpful to uplift and support. It's very important to have friends around who will uplift.
Oh, yes.
And there were times when we would say, I want to run something past you. Can you speak briefly on the phone? Immediately I get almost immediately a response.
Mhm.
What do you think about this? And then the person who is your spiritual friend lets go of any personal opinions or biases as much as she can, he or she, and gives you feedback. And I know which person to go to for what, for
Mhm.
the way they are, their expertise. And it's a wonderful little oasis of support.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have to have many, many, many friends, but we need to have friends who uplift us.
Yeah. That core inner circle.
Yes.
Yes. Linda, I could talk to you for just hours and hours. It's so every time I talk to you, I learn something new.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
But how can our audience reach out to you? How can they find you?
Well, I have a website, lindamarsanico.com, and I have the blogs. There are over 200 blogs. The one I read is August 19, 2016. I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn. I think you have those links. And on my website, I have a free gift. I have a cheat sheet for high vibrational living.
Ooh.
It has 7 tips with exercises to guide the reader. You can just go on, download the free gift, and it's yours. Now, also, I have my book, The A Train to Sedona, and you can get a signed copy right on my my website by going to Buy the Book to Sedona page.
Okay. And I do believe the QR code on your screen, everybody, takes you directly to that free gift that Linda's offering you. So scan that QR code and get your tips. That's an amazing gift. Thank you. Linda, thank you so much for being here today. It's been wonderful, wonderful having you back.
Thank you for inviting me, Chris.
Okay, everybody stay tuned. Coming up next is Kids Corner. Hey, everybody. So, of course, November is our month of thankfulness, which hopefully will expand to the whole year. And I heard about this really cool idea from the parent of a 3-year-old who made a gratitude tree. It was an art project. And they cut out leaves for the tree. And because it was autumn, they cut out different colors. They just used construction paper and glue, basically, and a good pen. And the child put down on each leaf one thing on each leaf that they were grateful for. So now this child was 3 and said, my Barbie and, my dog, which is perfectly acceptable. And let the kids don't try to micromanage the gratitude. Let them think of their own things. And then they get to, if they're too little to write it themselves, you could write it for them, but then let them glue it on their tree wherever they want. And then I would stick it up on the wall and make it something really fun. And if you have multiple children, make multiple trees, put them up on the wall. And as they think of things, let them stick more leaves on the tree. That's a really fun, creative way to start thinking about things you're grateful for. And, when you start thinking about the things you're grateful for, it kind of bumps you out of if you're grouchy or grumpy about something, or you're just tired, because let's face it, during a school holiday, kids are tired from school. That's a reality. And parents are tired because holidays are exhausting. So nothing wrong with the parents making a tree too, because hey, why not? Have some fun with it. So I love that idea. I thought that was really fun. I wish I'd thought of that many, many years ago, but I might do it this year with my own family. So have fun with it. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.
A life empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science. At longevity. At exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being from the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave.
Show. Oh, Linda always has so many insights every time she's back on the show. And like Christy says, we always learn something new. And today I really loved her meditation.
Yeah, meditation takes practice. I know when I first started meditation, I just couldn't do it because my brain goes 10 different directions. So it's good that she showed us how to use meditation for manifestation, which is exactly what you just talked about, setting goals.
Exactly. But what was really good is when she says, what would you do if you imagine you can never fail? That is really powerful, not only for meditation, but for manifestation, because I think a lot of us, we're expecting to fail. But what if you do something that you can never fail?
Mm-hmm. A lot of us have these limiting beliefs that is stopping us from actually reaching our full potential. So I think that is very powerful.
Exactly. So next week we have special guest Daniel Aaron.
So join us back here on Friday, 7 p.m. CST. You can watch past episodes at watch.e360tv.com. We are in the Vitality TV network. We also have a YouTube channel, Chronically Healthy Life. And you would like to know more about what we do and how we can help you live a chronically healthy life, visit us on our website, chronicallyhealthylife.com.
And we always love to hear more about your comments, any questions or suggestions that you may have about the show. Comment directly on our Facebook page, Chronically Healthy Life. Or if you want to work with us or get a free consult, scan the QR code and book a 30-minute free consultation with us.
Perfect. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next week.